AITA for telling my mom to stop acting like I have my stepdad's last name. Original post. My mom and stepdad started dating my stepdad when I, 15F, was 7. My dad passed away a year before that, but 2 years ago, I found out that my parents were heading for divorce when dad passed away and she wasn't happy with him. So moving on faster was easier for her, and that was why she wasn't as sensitive to my feelings when she was dating my stepdad. I like my stepdad, and I'm glad my mom's happy. I have a good relationship with my half-siblings. There aren't any issues between us all. The only thing is I have a different last name to them. My mom took my stepdad's name when they got married. They asked about changing my name and maybe adoption, but I said no. It was dropped when I said no. But my mom on and off will use my stepdad's last name when talking about me instead of my last name. Like sometimes she'll say I'm M. Smith instead of M. Jones. Or she'll tell people I'm a Smith too. When my aunt was planning her wedding, she listed us as Smith-Jones family, and mom said it was just Smith. My aunt pointed out I was Jones, and my mom stopped fighting it, but said we could just be Smith. There's also times when she full names me, but instead of using my actual full name, she'll use my stepdad's last name instead. It has always bothered me, and I did correct her a few times, but I tried to not to turn it into a fight. I'm not even trying to fight my mom now, but it sort of became one. What happened is my mom ordered this family by heart tree, which is basically something that lets you include whoever. She used full names and put me down as Smith instead of Jones. I told my mom a mistake was made with my name, and she said it wasn't. I told her I didn't like being called a Smith when I'm a Jones. Mom asked what the big deal is, and she said I'm still a Smith regardless. I said I'm a Jones or a Johnson, her old last name, but not a Smith. She asked me why I didn't want to use the family name, and I said I do have the family name, my family name, and I told her she needs to accept it and stop acting like I have my stepdad's last name. He walked in on us talking/fighting about it, and he was hurt that I wanted the name changed, and he asked if we couldn't talk about it when things were calmer. I agreed, and Mom was like, fine. It came back up a couple of days later, and my mom and stepdad were talking about it. Mom started off by saying I'm the kid, and I don't get to tell her what to do. I told her I don't see why she keeps trying to act like I have a different last name than I do. I said it might be Dad's last name, but it's mine too, and I don't want to change it. I said I thought they accepted it. My stepdad said he had, but it hurt a little that I was so against using his. My mom said I was making it a bigger deal than it is, and that she's not hurting anyone by doing it. She told me Jones still goes on everything official, but I'm a Smith too, and she thinks I should want to be. I told her I just want to be able to keep my name the way it is. I told her I don't like when she uses Smith for me specifically. I said if she wants to call us the Smith family, that's fine, that I don't see why she's bothered by Smith-Jones, but at least say I'm a Jones. Mom wanted me to apologize for telling her what to do, and I said I couldn't because I don't feel like I'm wrong to say that when I had already told her how I feel. AITA? People's opinions. Respect is not blind obedience. Opie is respecting her late father by keeping his last name. She is respecting her mother's use of the Smith family. This does not mean that Opie needs to use her stepfather's last name. It isn't hers. Besides, respect is a two-way street. Opie is being respectful. Mom needs to follow stepdad's lead. His feelings of hurt is valid, but he also knows Opie's wish to keep her last name is also valid. Stop being stubborn and respect her daughter in return. NTA. Your mother choose a new husband for herself, not a new father for you. She can't force a name change on you, and she should be the one apologizing for trying to do so. Your stepdad needs to get his arse out of his hands too. You aren't his child, so why is he hurt that you don't want the same surname? You've all been perfectly accepting of each other, so why can they not accept you want to continue honoring your father? NTA. I would sit down with your stepdad separately and tell him you love him and appreciate him, that you're happy he's in your life. But you also love your dad, and your last name is one of few things you have left of him. So your refusal to use Smith has nothing to do with him, and all to do with wanting to remember your father. Your mom needs to just back off. They were getting a divorce. Hate feelings for her, I'm sure, but that doesn't mean they need to be for you. What happened between her and your dad isn't on you. It's on them. Your mother is being unreasonable. She is using the respect card to guilt you into changing your name. Do not cave. This is some sort of ploy or game your mother is playing in order to control you. You honor your late father by keeping his last name. Your next words to your mother should be, Jones is my real and legal name. I will keep it not only because it is mine, but also I wish to honor the only father I have had. I will not allow you to force me to change my last name to that of the person to whom you're currently married. Never. He's not my father. He's not my dad either. You married him, not me. I didn't have a choice. I was not consulted. The subject is closed. Do not bring it up again. No is a complete sentence. Now, if that doesn't get her attention, nothing will. NTA. Remind her that she chose to change her last name when she got married, and you likewise chose not to. Ask her how she would feel if you started referring to her as Jones. Her wanting your name to be Smith is not her choice, because even if you're underage, you're not an extension of her. You're your own person and have bodily autonomy. And if it's all the same, then she should have no problem being called Jones from now on. Make it clear you're not trying to be a brat about it. You're just pointing out that how she would feel about being called Jones is how you feel about being called Smith. Good luck.